guys, here's your lesson for the week of June 8th. First, I would like to say great job on your severe weather research. A lot of you gave me great facts. And you probably learned that we study weather so that we can prepare for what's to come. Like we need to know what to wear, things to buy to help us stay safe. So safety is a huge one. We need to know the impacts of the weather, like how is it going to impact us. It's also nice to know whether it's predicted or not, because that will change how we do things. Study weather because we need to know if it's going to affect us economically, like money-wise. Is it going to affect our business? For example, farmers. Weather really affects crops. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about some different forecast factors. So what factors would you need to consider if you were going to describe or forecast the weather? So think about watching a weather forecast with a meteorologist. What are they showing us? So they're probably going to show us the causes of weather, how to measure weather. So they'll talk about different tools they might use. What kinds of weather? They're going to probably talk about a watch versus a warning or an advisory. Watch is not as severe as a warning or an advisory. A watch means that it could happen based on the conditions that they're seeing. A warning means that the weather they're talking about, such as a tornado, has been spotted. Forecast factor is the temperature. We see the temperature on the forecast all the time. And the last forecast factor that I'm going to talk about is wind speed. They always seem to show that. Those are not the only forecast factors. If you can think of any more, you can add them to the list, but I don't want to put too much stuff because you don't have a lot of space. Other forecast factors you actually have been looking up with your weather observations. So air pressure, humidity, wind speed, wind direction, visibility, and you can even talk about other observations. Many times meteorologists will make lots of observations about like cold fronts, warm fronts, etc. So you don't need to write what's up top there, because those are my notes. But you can say causes of weather, how to measure weather, what kinds of weather, watch versus warning advisory, temperature, and wind speed. Next focus question is focus question 4. What tools do meteorologists have to help them forecast the weather? So there's actually a lot of tools, and you probably know of some of them, but there's probably some of them you don't even know about. So the first one is a barometer. What does it measure? Air pressure. The units are inches of mercury or millibars. Next one is a thermometer, and I'll just show you. So first is the barometer. So it measures air pressure, and it's in inches of mercury or millibars. Second one is a thermometer. It measures the amount of heat or kinetic energy, which you know is the energy of motion. The units are Fahrenheit or Celsius. Then we have a compass, which shows us the direction of wind, north, south, east, or west. Then we have an anemometer. An anemometer measures the wind speed, which is in miles an hour or kilometers an hour. A hygrometer measures humidity in the air. So that is measured in percent. Then we have a rain gauge, which measures precipitation, which some people probably might have some rain gauges, and that is measured in milliliters. And then we have a weather vane. Many people see those as like chickens on a roof with north, south, east, or west. And that also measures the direction of wind, and its units are north, south, east, and west. Here is the content Weather is the condition of the Earth's atmosphere at a given time in a given place. Severe weather has the potential to cause death and destruction. Meteorology is the science of weather. Meteorology has come a long way, but there is still a lot to do when it comes to warning systems. Meteorologists are the people who study the Earth's weather. And you can pause this to write it. Here's the word bank. We have weather, forecast, predict, atmosphere, meteorologists, factors, humidity, visibility, Fahrenheit/Celsius, barometer, compass, thermometer, anemometer. That is all for science for the year. I hope you enjoyed science. I know being in this COVID-19 phase might not have been as enjoyable as my class usually would be, but I hope that you have a great summer, and don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can always email me, or you can send me letters to the school.